Hi, my name is George Salazar. I'm an actor. I've made a living off of telling other people's stories, off of assuming other people's identities. But what about my story? What about my identity? What is my identity? This is my sweet mother, Juanita Leongson. She was born in the Philippines. She describes herself as the black sheep of her family. She and her friends sat in the back of class and giggled. They cheated on tests. I think I would have been friends with her if he was alive back then. This is my charming father. He was born Jorge Andres Salazar in Ecuador. He describes himself as hardworking. He was on his own at a very young age, a self-taught jack of all trades. I think I would have found him to be extremely intimidating if I was alive back then. Sweet, with a disarming smile, but still intimidating. My mother came to America when she was in her 20s. My father came to America when he was a child. The first time they ever flew on a plane was the very flight they took to America in search of a better life. They found what they were looking for. It was hard, and all the odds were stacked against them, but they found what they were looking for. Here's young me. I'm a first-generation American. I'm mixed race. I'm unique. I'm different. I'm half Filipino and half Ecuadorian. There's plenty to be proud of there. But I didn't always see it that way. You see, when you're a kid, you search for belonging. You fear being that square peg that awkwardly sits atop a round hole. You don't want to be picked last. And things are so basic as a kid. You see the world in primary colors. You see green grass, blue sky, yellow school bus. You don't see the world as it is. Pantone 2278C grass, Pantone 2975C sky, Pantone 7408C school bus. The world isn't actually just black and white. We are more complicated than that. I grew up in Florida. In 1997, I was in 5th grade. I took my first standardized test, the FCAT. This was when I first began my stumbling journey of self-discovery. While the other kids were on question 1 of that test, I was stuck on the front page. Bubble in your ethnicity. Mark 1. White, black or African American, Hispanic, Asian Pacific Islander, Native American. I was told selecting more than one could void my test. I raised my hand. Mr. Shea, I don't know what to bubble in. Okay, well, what's your dad? He's from Ecuador. Okay, bubble in Hispanic. For the rest of that test, I felt tremendous guilt. Did I just erase my mother? We are more complicated than that. I was hassled every day in the lunch line. I would hand my student ID card to the cashier. She would ask me what my last name was. I would say, Salazar. She would correct me, Salazar. Then she would speak to me in Spanish, every day. I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish. Why not? Well, my dad is from Ecuador, but my mom is from the Philippines, so they speak English at home, and my dad grew up in America, so that's wrong. They should teach you Spanish. Okay. Can I go eat my lunch, please? Every day. We are more complicated than that. I recently had a meeting with some fancy Hollywood types. They asked me if I had any pitch ideas. I do. I walked them through my ideas. Write what you know. What do I know? Well, I know what it's like to grow up mixed race in America. I know what it's like to roam the halls at school with no one to look up to who looks like you. I know what it's like to turn the TV on to find not a single story you can relate to. Mixed race stories are tough, George. The execs don't understand them, so when you pitch those ideas, they have to be really specific. Is being mixed race really still that foreign of an idea? Look around. This is now. And this is the future. I went from viewing my mixed raceness as a hindrance, and now I see it as a superpower. My sister, my friends, my nieces, my nephew, we are all trailblazers. We are the fabric of the future. We aren't alone. We just need to build our community. We just need to tell our stories. Jump in. It's nice in here. Cheese.